Happy Saturn's Day. Ooh, Saturn, 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 Saturn. I'm not an astrologist, obviously. As you see, I'm showing my colorful tresses, my natural tresses, my bare, not even moisturized. I just put moisture on it. It is, I'm exfoliating people, exfoliating heavily, and yeah. Anyway, it is still me, as you know, as I'm lounging, literally, I'm being hugged by my bed. And yes, the wig's off. This is me. This is bare face me. It's what I look like when I wake up in the morning, people. This is what you get, okay? So, I didn't come on here to be funny. I'm not even exiting these quarters today because it's just so heavenly in here. Um, but I had an interaction that I wanted to talk about. I feel it's a very important topic. And I'm so glad I'm not the only one that's talking about it. I'm so glad that women are speaking about this. But we need to address the predatory behaviors in our communities. When I say our communities, I'm talking about the melanated people's communities. We need to address this. We need to address how when unfortunately the dad may be absent and there is a young lady and she has a beautiful body on her, how some of the men, and I'm talking about men, grown men, are predatory towards her. They don't see her as somebody that they should protect. They don't see her as somebody that they should be like, girl, why you out here with that on? Like, I know your dad ain't around, but put some. Don't come out here like that. They're not out there like that. They're out there like, ooh, I bet you I could get her to suck my dick, or I bet you I could fuck her. I bet you if I buy her a weave, or if I get her hair done and her nails done, I bet you she hungry because her mama ain't got no daggone money. That's why she out here half-ass. That's how they think, and y'all need to stop thinking it like that, okay? Because y'all fuck these girls, and then you have a little girl, and then all of a sudden now that you have a little girl, you want to change your ways. You need to change your ways before that. You need to change your ways before that. You got a daughter. Every woman don't change your. And then the crazy part is sometimes they don't change their ways after that. They get really super protective over their daughter, but they still have no concept that as a man that they should not be being predatory over a female, especially a female whose father is not around, especially a female who is extra vulnerable, that she's not there, she doesn't exist for you to get your jacks off. She doesn't exist for you to take advantage. She doesn't exist for you to devour in any shape, way, form, or matter. She exists because her parents laid down and they created her. And unfortunately, they didn't stick around to be responsible for her. So I want to continue this conversation. And here are people from all over the world. Who knows what you guys are on here for? My purpose here at the Super Tea Podcast Show, is in this safe space to have discussions about topics that are of interest to me that I think is important to talk about. All right. So thank you guys for coming in. I don't know if you deal with this. I don't know if the women, I'm pretty sure, I know the women over in India deal with predatory behaviors where men subject them to be less than them. I don't know if Skyla is from India. But Kumar is giving me India. Skyla, we are talking about Me Too subjects. Skyla, if you over here in America, we're talking about women being subjected as just sexual items. And sometimes not even women, little girls. That's weird to you. Intelligence is where it will go somewhere. If intelligence is weird, then you can go somewhere. But the fact of the matter is, unfortunately, there are girls 14, 15, 16 years old who are sexualized. And I know they've made a big thing with R. Kelly. They're making a big thing with Puff Daddy. However, that is not new shit. That is literally regular shit that happens in the hoods all the time. Why do I laugh like me? Ha ha! Because I am me. but you perceive me to be what you are projecting from your own mind. Okay, you can leave too, but you know what? I know some of y'all are not even adults, so let's just let me remove you. There we go. I can remove you. Bye. So easy. It's so easy. People, let me tell you, before I came onto YouTube, I was doing this in real life. Oh, you got an issue with me being me for whatever reason? Bye. Bye. I don't need your acceptance. I don't. I accept me, and I know, and I have people who love me and accept me and shower me with love, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have those things. When you have those things in your life, you're not really looking to find what can I look at you and find to try to pick about you. Ooh, you're not. You're more interested in like, hey, we're different. What can I learn from you? What? How can we find a common ground? That's intelligence, though, and I know. It's there, but sometimes it's not. So back to the topic. The topic is about predatory behavior in low-income communities, and I can only speak from a woman's perspective. Thank you. I appreciate you. We need good thinking. I see. So I have decided not to hide it so much, because it doesn't get the best responses all of the time because people are not thinking. A lot of people are just reacting. They're just reacting. They get these programs. They don't even know that they're getting programs. They think that they are, entertaining themselves and listening to music, but there's suggestions. There's suggestions that are being pumped into their subconscious and letting them know that this is what should be normal, and even if they feel weird inside, they don't even pay attention to it. They medicate themselves. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. And here goes another psychoanalyst. Okay, doctor, the real Max Tendo. We know you're not an actual doctor because an actual doctor would not go against their oath and just automatically put their 2 cents in. But I appreciate you exposing yourself so that you can be removed from my channel. Yes, darling, this is brilliance. I know. They said that Einstein had a whole bunch of issues too. I think there was actual doctors that was saying that you're just a speculator. Bye. Autism. What? Okay, let's get back to the predatory conversation about how, unfortunately, young girls, um, they run into these guys, and these guys, instead of wanting to protect them, it's about women, and I believe your mother and sister is also. It's okay. Thank you. It's okay. It is okay. Listen, I'm not as young. I'm not there. I'm not 14, but I was 14. So that's why I'm speaking on this because I actually was here minding my business, relaxing. It's Saturday. It's relaxing. I cleaned. I did my stuff for the full moon, and I'm just now just here, just being grateful, and I'm scrolling, like we do. That's how you got here, right? You're scrolling on your phone and you see somebody, you're like, oh, that's interesting. So it was a young lady, much younger than me, looks like she was in her 20s, and she made a comment about trains. I'm not talking about choo-choo trains. I'm talking about what I guess as an adult you would call, what do they call it? More than one sexual partner at the same time, more than a threesome. Um, that's the lingo that they have, the urban lingo they call it. And she said, well, for all the girls in high school that had this happen to them, she wanted to know what was the pitch line to it. And then somebody, what do they call that when they add to the video? What they want to say, like they show one part of another person and then they add to it. I think it's called remix. Somebody remixed it, and it was another brown young lady, and she said, well, this is what happened. There was no pitch. She said she was with the guy she was with. They was chilling. They was hanging out. They was in a house. yeah, there was other people around, but she ain't think nothing of it. Then he's like, come, let's go to this other room over here. And they go to the other room, and she's in the other room with just her guy, who she think is just her guy, and they getting their thing on or whatever. And then, it's dark. She looks up, and there's now a whole bunch of other guys in the room. And she said she had an option. She could have like screamed, got up, which probably in that moment wouldn't have stopped what they wanted to happen. Maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. Who knows? You know what I mean? But she said she just went along with it, and they took their turns, and that was it. And that's pretty much accurate. That's pretty much freaking accurate. Again, I'm not that 14-year-old, and she doesn't say how old she was, but since she was in high school, we know that she was underage, right? And so it made me think, and it made me reflect, and it made me want to elaborate more on that topic, because that is predatory behavior if you're just going to welcome yourself to this young lady who's with this one person. She gave that one person permission. She didn't give the other people permission, although she didn't yell for them to stop neither, because she probably was afraid. She probably was afraid. I mean, let's think about it, people. Men are stronger than women physically. So if you're in a position with your dad, you're in a vulnerable position either way. So I said, I think this is the time, since people are actually having these discussions, for me to talk about the predatory behavior that I witness. I am the curator of the Super T podcast show. I'm known as Nikita Black. Can I write that? I'm still new with this technology, so you gotta bear with me. Oh, nope, that ain't the right thing. Okay, I'm back. I don't even know how to respond writing here because this is on my phone. But you can definitely Google me. Um, it's not coming up. So Nikita Black, Minister Bay. I wear many different hats. Um, but I am that I am, and love genuinely from the soul. And it was a series of events. So prior to me seeing that post and feeling inspired to talk about the predatory behavior, I had an interaction with a man who very strong features. He was around my mother's age. My mother has passed, so that's what I said was. But he is, because he's still here physically and she's not. And he hung out like with the people that my mom told me were my paternal folks. He hung out with them, right? And my paternal side has never been officially confirmed. I had several people from this group of people say, "Oh, you're my niece," and "Oh, I love you," but they were very few in between. Most of them were just like, "Yeah, whatever." And then I have some other things that I probably would never ever discuss. It really depends. Um, but that predatory behavior, um, he was exemplifying it. I sent him a message in my birth month, which was May, and I said, I know I asked you this before, but if I pay for the DNA test, would you be open to doing it? And he responded back to me, but I didn't listen to the response. I went on with life. I thought about it, and I was like, does it really even matter at this point in my life? Something I would like to know, but does it really matter? Is it going to change anything? No, it's not going to change nothing. I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am. So therefore, it would be nice to know, but it's really not that big of a deal. So I just went on living and lifing. And I just today got to checking the message from May that he left, because he wrote like maybe he did that message. He responded to me was a voice message, so I didn't listen to it. And then he sent another voice. He sent two other voice messages after that, and then he wrote something. So the written message was what caught my eye. 'Cause I read really quick. So I read the written message, and the written message was like, "Oh, you turned your back on me. I reached out to you after you asked me about the DNA, and I really could use your support because I'm struggling down here." And I was like, "What? What? What did you just write to me, sir?" And so I went into a very vocal explanation of sir. What do you mean? What are you talking about? My back on you. I never had my front on you. I just asked you a question. I don't even know you, sir. And I just went and just expressed myself. And I said, but you know what? You know what, brother? I know a spiritual community that you can connect yourself to that has been established. This is where I am connected to so that you can take charge of your life and you can create the life that you want to live for yourself. So I connected him to Agape International Spiritual Center. I sent him a link of their service. Watch their service, get connected. It's free. You can do this for free. Go, plug yourself there, sir. There is where you should go. And so then I went on with my business, and then I subsequently saw the young ladies. Now, before I saw the young ladies, I did go back. You know, after I scrolled a little bit more, I did go back. And when I went back, I listened to his messages, the voice messages. I was like, sir, sir, on the sir. And I had to clarify for him, listen, me wanting knowledge is not coming from a space of lack. Me wanting knowledge is coming from a space of abundance. So I'm good. I'm good with the knowledge or without the knowledge. I'm good. But it's a difference when somebody is coming from a space of desperation because then you could fadangle with them. You could play these little psychological games. You could say little stuff and see and vet. And so the first message was, I'm just getting in, and I got your message, and sure, I'm willing to take the chance. Yeah, but how you doing though? How you been? That was the first message. Okay. That exact fucking tone, okay? That exact tone. You don't live for decades and decades and don't pay it, especially working in public safety, working with people, living in a large city, in urban, in metropolitans, you don't do that successfully for decades and not be able to pick up on people's tonality and their tone of voice. You just don't. So your tone of voice, sir, why is your tone of voice like that? Who are you talking to? You should be talking to me as if you're talking to your daughter, even though we don't know whether I'm your daughter or not, but you have a daughter really close to my age, sir. You were my mother peer, parent. You were my parents' peer. We ain't peers. We ain't peers. And then the next one, oh yeah, so how you doing? And da 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 da. And I realized this that predatory behavior. And then the last one was like, nah, you took what I said wrong because we was reminiscing, and because we was reminiscing, I thought that I could talk to you. I thought you had an open mind. Oh, my mind is very open, sir, but my spiritual insight and my knowledge, sir, is it ain't normal as people would say. It's weirdly advanced. It's so weirdly advanced that if the motherfucker can't keep up with me, they're calling me all type of stuff. Weird and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, even though they have nothing to back it up. They'll be like, oh, but you crazy for thinking like that. You crazy for being happy. You crazy. You supposed to be doing stuff like everybody else doing it. Wait, why you act different? You weird. You different. What the what the why you what the we could no, motherfuckers. You are just like everybody else. And you are not comfortable, as Tabitha Brown said. My freedom, my confidence disturbs your fucking spirit. That's what it is. It's not my fault that you are disturbed by my freedom and by my confidence. It's not my fault that you have accepted the social programming that's being put out there. That ain't my fault. That really ain't. I know you want to blame it on me, but you don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at the motherfuckers that's programming your ass. Be mad at them, but don't stay mad. Do something about it. Like, turn the shit off. Listen to something else. Make some better choices. Do something different. Anyway, on a serious note, and I use humor because humor is a tool. Humor is like a hammer. Humor is very fucking healthy for you, okay? And yes, I twist it, I transmute it. I don't like to feel angry. Of course, we all have anger because it's a normal emotion, but when it comes, and the rare occasions that it comes, I release it and I look at what the fuck I need to be looking at because something prompted me to get here. And most of the time, what I need to be looking at is in the motherfucking mirror. How did I perceive something? How did I create something to be that was not to be? How can I fix my perception of things so to avoid this emotional? And after I look at me, of course, I'm gonna look at the other person. What part did they play in this thing to motivate this anger in me? And then I release that bitch. I let it go. I don't hold on to it. Okay? I am joyful. I know they got that thing that say misery like company, whatever. I don't subscribe to that, okay? Joy like company too, all right? But joy is just fine by itself. Please recognize that. Recognize that joy is just fine by itself as well. And you can see it and you can feel it. And you can't tell me you can't see it and feel it because, I mean, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't. Everybody got different gifts. But I see it and feel it when I watch other people that are joyful and that are happy and that are full of love. And even if you can't see it and feel it through this device, what I do know, every time I step out the motherfucking door, motherfuckers pick up on this vibration, baby. They pick up on these good vibrations all the time. And again, I'm not in a rural area. I'm right there. Big Apple, Brick City, same shit. Just a little dirty river in between. Same shit. This is where I be at. This is where I travels. Although I could travel anywhere because I got a little passport now. Anyway, though, that's where I be. Seriously. And so I see. I see. I see. To some it's disturbing, to others it's refreshing. It's refreshing. It feels good. They're like, oh, it's we needed that good vibe. Please, please, whatever you're doing, ma'am, please keep on doing it. And just random people have random conversations with me all the time. All the time. I would think that I was in the country the way people speak to me. They speak to me like people do in the country. How you doing, babe? What you got? Yes, and we greet each other, and it is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Life really is beautiful. I know there's so many things that's going on, but life is beautiful. But I want to address this predatory stuff because honestly, I know this predatory stuff is programmed. I know it's programmed, but I would love to see that programming change. I would love to see the men healed and happy and healthy within themselves, the women healed and happy within themselves, us just individually being the best version of ourselves so that we can interact with each other even better than we interact with each other. And a lot of people don't talk about it. A lot of people just turn their nose or their face the opposite way when it comes to having those conversations. But that's how they be. And that's how they be. Like, as soon as and we know that these young ladies, at 10, 11 years old, they got titties, they got ass, they got hips. And if they don't have a strong men around them, being protective over them, the other men are looking to see if they could get a taste. And it's fucked up. Because you shouldn't be trying to get a taste of this baby. So what, this baby got titties? So what, this baby got an ass? It's still a fucking baby. Her mind is not there. And your mind, where the fuck is your mind at? You don't even care. You don't care. You just want to stick your dick into something. Like that right there is insane. That is weird. That should not be our normal. We should not accept that. We should not say, "Oh well, that's a man. That's just what a man gonna do. A man gonna be who a man wanna be." That's not a man. That's not what a man. That's a male. Men don't do that. Men don't see a young lady and be like, "Ooh." The man sees a girl and she may have an attractive physical body. The very first thing he gonna find out is how old the fuck she is. That's gonna be the very first thing. He's not gonna assume because she got titties and because she got an ass and because she looks to be old enough that she is. Because he's been fucking paying attention and he knows that you could throw on some motherfucking makeup and lashes and a fucking lace front and look a whole lot older than what the fuck you really is. He gonna know better. That's what a man gonna do. But a male is only attached to his physical. A male is only focused about his physical gratification. That's a male. That is not a man. So we're not going to accept this behavior anymore. We're not going to say it's okay because they don't know no better. No, they do know better. They do know better. And if they haven't been taught better, then they absolutely have the opportunity as grown-ups to learn better. So let's have better. Let's do better. Let's not do this conditioning, this fucking backdoor raping to women. And then when these women don't heal and they turn back around and become predatory themselves, everybody want to point the finger. Everybody's the fuck at fault. That's the reality of it. If you ain't doing the best, being the best person that you can be, then you are not part of the solution. And that's not to blame anybody else's actions on you. It's just to make you accountable and responsible for the things that you choose to do. And a man is going to make different choices than a male. Let's learn the difference. And the same is applicable to women and to females and everything else in between. So with that being said, this is just a short broadcast for me to just share and talk about predatory behaviors. As you see, I had to remove some people from here because they came on here projecting their insecurities and their ideologies, and this is not the space for that. This is a safe space, okay? And guess who keeps it safe? And you don't have to like anything over here, okay? This is not a validation channel, okay? This is not the channel where I'm looking for you to like me. I want you to be a follower of me. This ain't the place for that. No, 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 no. Clarification. This is a safe space. I'm laughing. I'm being my authentic self. And if you like me, you're going to stick around. And if you don't like me, then kudos. Get on with your day. Have a great day. And that's it. And if you say some weird stuff and I happen to see it, I am going to take my finger and I'm going to remove you from the page. I'm going to say bye bye. Simple. It's so simple. Anyway, I do love you all. And even those that I remove, I just remove because you misbehave. Um, it's what mothers do, right? Correct their behavior, right? Simple. I'm not gonna argue with you. What are we gonna argue about? I'm not gonna debate. I'm not gonna have a conversation about why your ideology is your ideology and my ideology is my ideology and how we can still coexist. I'm not gonna break down who I am. I'm just gonna be who I am. And hopefully encourage, inspire, spark some laughter, something. And it is what it is. Know that you have been given the sole authority over you. That's what you were born with. Cultivate that. Walk in that. Be in that. It may take some time. I don't know how deep you've been programmed. I don't know what your past has been like. But once you do that, mm, mm, Life is different. And you ain't worried. I could come on here anyway, because however I come on here, it's me. So wig on, little cover up my little acne scars on, off, lipstick on, off, mascara, because I don't put them lashes on. Lashes take away my real lashes, as you can see. I got real lashes, you just can't really see them unless I put some mascara on them. Just me. It's all me. It's still me. Those things are just accessories. Like this clothing is an accessory. But it's not the real me. Not even this body is the real me. It's a wonderful vehicle, that that's under maintenance and under reconstruction right now because I haven't been realizing how special and amazing this vehicle is. And it's letting me know, bitch, for decades we've been carrying you around. It's my body talking to me. And I have a sense of humor. I have a sense of humor. This is a safe space. This is not a dating line. Please go to a dating line if you're looking for a date. My YouTube channel is not for that. I don't know what nobody else doing on their YouTube channels, but the SupaTea podcast show is not a dating show. Okay, that's not what we are. We are specifically a safe space to have discussions, but intelligent discussions, not discuss. See, when you're having an intelligent discussion, you're not playing the blame game. You're not like, well, you this and you that, and you should do this and you should do that because this says this and this says that. No, 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 no. That's not safety. That's attack. You are attacking somebody else's ideology and you're using the Bible or whatever book you're choosing to use as your book of authority to do so. You don't have that here. I don't care what book you're using. You don't have the authority to attack anybody in this space on this channel. Anybody that's visiting, anybody that's commenting. No, nobody has the authority to attack them. This is a safe space. So when you start talking silly, you're going to get blocked. And I know people can defend themselves. Like Kyran Muchande did. I'm assuming Kyran is a female. I don't know, because I'm not familiar with that name or that culture. But I'm just making a hypothesis, an educated guess, because of Muchande and not being Muchando. I know a little bit about Latin and how the O is masculine and the E is feminine. So just making an assumption that Kyren Muchande is a female. So they know. They know. Oh, every female knows. And the fact that we're having these conversations and we're saying, yeah, no, you guys gonna do better. I'm proud of us. This is way overdue. It's way overdue for us just accepting it because at one point in time, motherfuckers were just forcing themselves on us. So we had to adapt to survive because he still wanted to live another day. But now we realize, oh, we can live and not be pounced on, not have some person force themselves on us. We can just be safely. Really? For real? Oh, shoot. We need to get some stuff together here, then, if this is what's happening. And I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad it's happening. And I could go deeper, but I'm not going to get Akashic records on you and go all into metaphysics, although I want to. And I'm just looking so forward to having the friend circle where I can go so deep, but I'm seeing that it's happening, and I am finding my tribe. I know Mama T, she's definitely there. She's definitely ancient like me, and she recognized what I've been recognized years ago, but just never talked about it because I already knew that if you ain't doing the internal work, you ain't gonna know. You're gonna want to play the blame game. You don't want to take accountability of all the crap that you did. We want to play victim, and I know we're not victims. I know we're not victims. Whatever we have experienced, as horrible as it has been, trust and believe that there is a point in history where and when we administered those behaviors. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We administered those same behaviors. All of them. All of them. So with that being said, again, I want to keep it focused on the predatory behaviors that are in that men, that not men, males have displayed for quite some time, and we want that behavior to stop, please. Stop. I mean, of course, um, it's needless to say that it should stop across the board, but it certainly should stop with females that are underage. There's no excuse. So please, let's all do better. And thank you for tuning in. Get back to my relaxing Saturday.